Today is finally the day. I will be making a Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction. A lot of you people seem to be looking forward to the day I make a fanfiction about the show that I talk about all the freaking time. Well, here we are. It took me longer than expected to get here, but whatever, let's get to it. Now, about the title, I actually had a really hard time coming up with the title, because here's a fun fact about me. I'm not really that good at coming up with titles. It can take me an entire goddamn day, or maybe an entire goddamn week, to just come up with one title for the thing that I'm working on. Since this guy's going to be my MC, I think I'll name it The Adventures of... No wonder I turned this down the moment I first said this. Was I really that stupid? Guys, if you want to come up with a title for your story, please make it sound interesting, okay? Don't ever make it sound cliche. Because if it is, I guarantee people will be like...
Goodbye.
So I turned this down immediately because it's just... I want to go back to the past and punch myself in the face for this, but I can't. So, the next title I came up with is, The Warriors. Because I used to think that the four main characters will be superheroes, and the name that I would give this team is The Warriors, which is a direct reference to The Warriors, my favorite gangster movie of all time. But then I realized, well, seriously, I know you love The Warriors, but are you really gonna name your fanfiction The Warriors? No! Move on. And now comes The Defenders. But then I turned it down because I realized maybe The Defenders is actually already taken. I'm not really sure, but I think The Defenders is already taken. So I come up with another title, and that is Fear and Loathing in Paris, France. Okay, I gotta give my past self a credit because this actually sounds really damn cool. Let's go with that. But then, all of the freaking sudden, someone on Twitter said, so you pretty much took out the Miraculous and Ladybug part, even the Cat Noir part is out, because you don't have any Miraculouses without Master Have fun with your tales of nothing. Tales of nothing. And that is how the title for my fanfic is born. Tales of Nothing. Yes, I know this is supposed to be an insult, but sorry dude, I can't take it as an insult. I just can't. Because you literally gave me the best idea for a title ever. Tales of Nothing. If this dude is watching this video right now, can I just say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I will forever be in your debt. Oh wait, that was a joke. If you guys don't know this, I am a huge fan of weird titles. For example, one of my favorite songs of all time by Asking Alexandria. If you can't ride two horses at once, you should get out of the circus. That is a weird title. And I just gotta listen to it because it caught my attention. That's why I highly recommend naming your fanfiction or stories or TV shows, any type of work, a weird title. So people will be interested. It doesn't matter if they hate it or like it. What matters is... it got their attention. So what's this fanfiction gonna be about? This will not be a rewrite. I'm so sorry for those guys who were really excited for that. It'll be an AU and a parody at the same time. Wait. Can these two even be together? Tales of Nothing is set in an entirely different universe, where there are no accomatizations, no superheroes, or any of that stupid crap. To those people who are expecting this fanfiction to have superheroes and Miraculouses, don't worry, maybe I will add these two to my fanfic. Someday, if my mind will change, because it always does. It's called character development. Tales of Nothing will be filled with dirty jokes, dry humor, dirty jokes, dirty jokes, dirty jokes. And life lessons, just like South Park. Will there be a plot? No, because I don't intend to make this fanfic plot-driven, nor character-driven. I used to have big plans about that, but it eventually got cancelled, due to my laziness. Instead, Tales of Nothing will be episodic, meaning every single episode has its own story, and each episodes are loosely connected to each other, just like SpongeBob. Very important thing to know about this fanfic, it will be a series of comic strips, which means they will be very short, like Peanuts and Archie's. Each episode will convey a life lesson and or a joke. Now let's get to the characters. First off, Cyrus. He will be someone with anger issues, sexual humor, and a truth supporter. What is the truth that he supports?
Two genders.
Adrian, the central main protagonist. He's a chill guy who has the same humor as his best friend Cyrus. He's also really nice, who loves cats, and who doesn't have a terrible family. His family is fine in this fanfic. It's still Gabriel and... Emily? Nah, Natalie. I don't care about Emily. I also don't care about Natalie, but in comparison with Emily, I care about Natalie more. Will his family appear in this fanfic? Probably. This fanfic is still a work in progress, so let's just wait and see the future transpire. Alia, flirty blogger who likes chatting with friends, and who is the girlfriend of Adrian. Much better than that stupid piece of... No, I will not make Alia a stalker. Not because a character who stalks cannot actually work for comedic purposes in an adult story, but because I just don't feel like writing her it that way, I have much better plans. Kagami, someone who is absolutely serious, but tries her best to be funny, lively, or anything that is the opposite of serious. So those are the main characters. Now to the recurring characters. Lila, mean girl who lies a lot. Chloe, mean girl but doesn't tell lies, and who is best friends with Alia. Misty, this is a really tough one. Not. You have absolutely no idea how easy it was for me to make a much better version of this freaking nature. My own version of Misty, she is a stressed out age regressor. You know what that means? Rose, sweet, kind, and supportive. She can sometimes be a little too sweet for her own good. Julika, emo who always has trouble negotiating with anyone. And a very special guest. Butters! Butters! Gullible, innocent, friendly, and naive. Best friends with everyone, even the bad guys. So much more characters will come as time goes by. Oh, and I'll be adding Marinette as well. I know I said I won't be adding her, but since a lot of people cried like big fat babies about this, I might as well respond to the criticism, if it is even considered criticism. I'll be adding Marinette as a recurring character, not because I want to, but because I really don't want to be the reason for people's depression. Fine, Marinette is part of my fanfic. Are you happy now? Now I think we can all safely conclude that you cannot sue me if you're still crying like a big fat baby, since I did what you want. Okay? I did what you want. She is part of my fanfic now. If you're still crying, then that's your fault. So anyway, my own version of Marinette. She's gonna be, it's a surprise. Fun fact, you will find that out immediately, since Marinette is going to be in the first episode of my fanfic. I have some really interesting plans for her. So those are all of the dramatist personae that will be featured in my fanfic thus far. Let me say it again, thus far. Where do I upload this fanfic? I guess DeviantArt. I used to think Wattpad would be cool, but as far as I know, that doesn't really feature uploading images. No comic book stuff or anything like that. Anyway, that's it for this video.
My friend, you have met a terrible demise. But, you know, I don't feel too bad about it. After all, if it weren't from me, it would have just been from someone else, you know? I guess what I'm trying to say is life goes on. Well, for everyone else, life goes on. Not for you. You're dead. But that's neither here nor there. It reminds me of one summer day in the park. I was having just a delightful picnic with my good friend Orville. And I said to him, Orville, I have a story. And he said to me, what's the significance of the story? And I said to him, Orville, not every story has to have significance, you know? Sometimes a story is just a story. If you try to read into every little thing and find meaning in everything anyone says, you'll just drive yourself crazy. I had a friend do it once. Wasn't pretty. We talked about it for years. And not only that, but you'll likely end up believing something you shouldn't believe and thinking something you shouldn't think, or assuming something you shouldn't assume, you know? Sometimes, I said, a story is just a story. So just be quiet for 1 second of your life and eat your sandwich, okay? Of course, it was only then I realized I'd made sandwiches, and poor Orville was having such difficulty eating it. Elephants have those clumsy hands, you know? Actually, I suppose that's the problem. They don't have hands at all, do they? They're all feet. I couldn't imagine someone asking me to eat a sandwich with my feet. Now, if I recall correctly, there was a bakery nearby. I said to him, Orville, let me go get you some rye bread. Now, I'm unsure if elephants enjoy rye bread, but I assure you that Orville does. Now, this was on a Tuesday, which was good because rye bread was always fresh on Tuesday. They made sourdough bread on Monday and threw it out Wednesday, or rather they sold it at a discount for people wanting to feed the ducks, and then probably at the end of the day, finally they threw it all out. I don't recall. I do remember a man who would bring his son to the bakery every Wednesday and then go feed the ducks. He would buy all of the sourdough bread. Of course, you know, you're not supposed to feed the ducks sourdough bread at all. It swells up in their stomach and then they all die. At least that's what I've heard. You know, I never saw any ducks die myself, but I did notice a substantial decrease in the duck population over the course of a few years. I just never thought to stop the man and tell him that he was killing the ducks by feeding them sourdough bread. And if you want my opinion on the matter, and I told Orville this as well, if you want to feed ducks, or birds, or any kind for that matter, it's best to buy seed. I mean, when you think about it, breads of any sort don't occur in nature. They don't grow on trees or spring up from the bushes. I don't think birds know what to do with bread. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So I bought Orville some rye bread. What a fine day it was.